YouTube, how we doing? PPS here, YouTube play of the day. We got two spots. First time we're doing a two-spot play in a while on the show. I'm going to have a lot of action today with absolutely loaded card across the board, loaded slate. MLB, obviously you got NBA if that's your thing of choice there, your bets of choice. I know we got Pacers and the Warriors matchups. So it should be really fun to watch those. So as always, if you guys could hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you do enjoy the bets, you want more plays from me, shoot me a DM over on Twitter. We're going to keep trucking along and keep it going. So recapping there, Brewers first 5 plus 1.5, Boz under 2.5 earned runs. This was my pass the prop play. And that one did end up losing as Boz got absolutely blown up. And yeah, so we're here today. And then I have to actually switch that because I believe I had yesterday's one lose as well. Let me pull up past the prop play yesterday. I'm trying my best to keep up with both so you guys can have my overall numbers on everything. And I had Rodon 2 walks, D-backs team total. D-backs hit. Rodon only had 1 walk in a matchup with the Padres. So good for him. Good outing for him. 22 and 16, 7.68. Is where we're at overall on both. So not even a quarter way through the season, we're continuing to put a lot of numbers out there. So let me pull up my screen here. I'll have 2 plays. One of them I definitely want to make sure that you guys see here. So it's Peterson, 5 hits allowed. Skeens under 6.5 strikeouts at plus 111. My other one is pretty widely available everywhere, so I don't have to worry about that one. I'll just give you that in a second. So I'm going to a tough spot here. Skeens under 6.5 strikeouts. I get it. This is not a fun bet to make, right? And that's any Paul Skeens under strikeout is tough because the dude has obviously unbelievable stuff. He's been fantastic this year. I believe he's got 32 innings pitched he's got 38 innings pitched and has, 42 strikeouts, or 41 strikeouts. So, yeah, pretty impressive. Obviously not the crazy K rate that we're used to seeing. So 42 innings, 41 Ks. So not anywhere close to last year in terms of strikeout percentage there. Heading over to some numbers here, this iteration of the team batter versus pitcher, if you want to look at that. They have 18 strikeouts over 77 at-bats. We've seen guys like Arenado have pretty good success. Brendan Donovan, pretty good success, and those are in 10-plus at-bats against Skeens. My biggest issue here is when I look at these guys, right, the Cardinals are the 4th lowest strikeout rate versus righties at 18%. We have a 108 WRC plus on that side as well. So not only that, this has been a tough matchup for Skeens already this year. And Skeens is coming off of a very poor outing against the Cubs. And I think you start to see some of these teams that have seen him a few times start kind of making adjustments. The Cubs just did not chase outside of the zone, right? They were a very good job of being very disciplined at the plate and hitting the balls that are in there, right? Hitting the balls that are over the plate and that we're seeing get some barrels on them a little bit more than usual than we're used to seeing here with Skeens. So Skeens is on the road facing the Cardinals today. Just pulling up some numbers here for him. He has a 2.75 xFIP, which is fantastic against lefties, 3.48 against righties. The 28% against left-handed bats strikeout rate is pretty impressive. But again, I'm heading to guys like Nootbaar. I'm heading to guys like Donovan, right? I'm heading to those types of guys just don't strike out that much. And then I'm hoping we don't see Nolan Gorman in this lineup. That dude's a walking strikeout right now. But in terms of this Cardinals team against right-handed pitching, we've seen them time and time again get the job done, and yesterday was no different. So I think Skeens could have a good outing here, but I think it's probably like a 5-6 innings, 6 Ks, right? I don't want to if you want to I wouldn't go any lower than 6.5, and I feel like this is going to be where it kind of sits for today. David Peterson, on the other hand, that one I feel pretty confident in buying it down. Strikeout rate has taken a plummet to 21%, but his walk rate has also taken a plummet, which means I want to attack his hits prop, because we look at his numbers. He has a 3.06 ERA, a 4.43 expected. He is in the bottom 3% in hard hit rate with a 54% hard hit rate so far this year. That is very bad. I don't really have a word for how bad that is. And then you face off against a team like Arizona, who won the year against lefties, 250 batting average. They only strike out 15% of the times the ball's going to be put in play. So if we have a 15% K rate, we have a guy who is only striking out 20%. I think we see a lot of contact and a lot of balls put in play and a lot of hits allowed for Peterson, especially with that hard hit rate. So need the Cardinals. Cardinals are going to be a team that we're rolling on a little bit more here, and also expect a nice outing here from this Arizona team after last night's late little surge there. I think it rolls into today. Play number 2. I'm going just a straight bet. I'm going to Sean Burke under 3.5 strikeouts today, facing off against the Kansas City Royals. I'm not a huge fan of this Kansas City Royals offense. I don't know if I ever really have been. But they are very good at one thing, and that's not striking out against righties. They have an 18% strikeout rate against righties, an 87 WRC plus. Got a nice win yesterday. My biggest thing for this White Sox team is Smith, the guy who threw yesterday, is the best pitcher on the staff, significantly. Like, his stuff is nice. Like, I took the under 4.5 yesterday, in the first 5 yesterday in that game, and the dude's a stud. And now you have to face off against Burke, who has just been absolutely atrocious this year. 17% K rate, a expected slugging of 620, an expected batting average of 303, a 10% walk rate, a 7.52 expected ERA. That is horrendous, guys. This guy has been getting hit around. I also think that this is going to be a spot where you're not going to see that much slider in this game, which has definitely been his best pitch in terms of expected batting average against. He's facing off against a team here, like I said, doesn't strike out, but that slider's been his top whiff pitch at 32%. But against lefties, he just doesn't throw it as much. He throws it 19% to lefties. He throws it 40% to righties. In this lineup, I mean, who are we dealing with the righties here? And these guys like Michael Garcia, who's done a very good job of putting the ball in play. You're going to probably see Perez in there, obviously. Then you go down the list, like Fermin doesn't strike out. And then Bobby Witt, phenomenal, right? And then those guys who do have a little bit higher strikeout rate are going to be those dudes, from the left side in terms of like, Drew Waters. You have Pasquantino, who has been very, very good as of late. So I like turning these guys up right now. They are playing a little bit better, but just the sheer fact that we're just not getting whiffs makes it really hard for me to really want to go and take Burke. He's got a 26% pull in the air percentage, which is terrible. That is a lot of balls going to be flying out flying way out today if Kaufman is playing small there. But 94% or 94 miles an hour on his fastball, 38% usage. He's got a pretty high whiff rate on it, but the expected numbers, we're expecting that to kind of regress a little bit. A slugging of 270 and expected slugging of almost 500. Just go down the list here. That slider, batting average against 269, expected batting average 345, slugging of 590, expected slugging of 700. The curveball, 167 batting average, 370 expected batting average, 333 slug, 804 expected slug. This just feels like one of those games where Burke just gets absolutely lit up. So I'll be on the Royals in a lot of different forms today. But one of them is definitely going to be Burke under 3.5 strikeouts. So sign me up. I got Sean Burke of the White Sox under 3.5 Ks. And then we're going with Skeens under 6.5 Ks. Peterson 5 hits allowed at plus 111. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate the support as always. If you could hit that like button, it would really help me out here on the channel. Make sure you're popping over to Pass the Prop tomorrow where we break down some MLB and NBA for tomorrow's action. Have a good one, guys, and best of luck on all your bets tonight.